you want to specialize in, because you may not know. Like, I only knew that I wanted to work in the environmental field. But once I, read up on it, started looking at university degrees and started working at Hope Zoo, I got a good idea of what I wanted to specialize in, and that was wildlife conservation.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's good, because the theory of the classroom might tell you what you like to learn, but it doesn't tell you what you like to do in the real world, so
exactly.
work experience is definitely good for that. So one question for you across the board, I'm going to start working backwards. So Treya, then Travis, then Kelly. What is one piece of advice that you would offer either to young people or even older people who are seeking to enter the working world or maybe switching careers? And this is just general, your experience in the working world, maybe not necessarily in your particular field, but what's one piece of career advice that you would offer to people listening right
now? I think I'd have to go back on the whole work experience thing. I think it's a tricky one. Work experience, very, very important, and also putting yourself out there for any opportunities that may be relevant to your career. I think in terms of switching careers, I think if you have found that you're passionate in another field, like, take that leap, take that risk, because you enjoy life a lot better when you're passionate about your job, and take it sooner than later, because later on in life you have more responsibilities and all that stuff. So I think, yeah, and also seek advice. Like, you can, if you find that there's an agency or an individual that could potentially like give you advice, reach out to them, because a lot of us are happy to give you advice. I have people messaging me on IG, Instagram all the time, asking like, how do I get into this field? And I'm happy to give them advice. So I think that's another thing, especially in this day and age, like with social media, access to information is a lot easier. So yeah.
Nice. Thank you. Travis?
I think I would say focus on adding value. So regardless of whatever field you end up going into, focus on adding value. Focus on adding value to those who might employ you. Focus on adding value to those who provide you with an internship opportunity, whatever it is. Add value to their organizations, right? Because persons are interested in that. Persons are, first of all, looking for what you can do for them. It might sound a bit selfish to say, but what you need to understand is that at the end of the day, the person is looking at how much money they're putting into employing you, how much money they're putting into facilitating you for an internship, etc. And even if it's not just money, it might be other things that they are putting in, other resources. So what you can do, what the reasonable thing for you to do, is to add value to their organization. And honestly, if you can add value while you're in your current job, a current role, it might mean the difference between you staying in that role or you being promoted to another role.
Nice. Thank you. Kelly?
I'd say sometimes you may not start out in what you love or what you're passionate about, but passion does come over time. Before starting working at NEPA, I really didn't think twice about the environment. I really didn't think twice about conservation or climate change or protection. But once I got into the field and I saw what was happening and what needs to be done and the hard work that needs to be put in, I realized that, passion is growing, and sometimes passion comes over time. Also, if it doesn't come over time, like if you're in a job and it's not coming, you can use that job as a stepping stone to another job. You can network through that job to probably find something that you like. So passion grows over time. So you don't always have to start out in what you love.